The following encounter with a jinn-like entity took place on December 20th, 2003, in Litchfield, Connecticut. The witness is a 50-year-old male who has a background in electrical engineering. In this case study, we shall call him Mike, since that is his real first name. But his last name is not given in order to protect his identity. The following is his story, as told to me shortly after his experience. It was nighttime in the winter, and the moon was out and very bright in the clear sky. I live alone, and my street is a dead end, and there is quite a bit of space between houses. I like this area because I prefer my privacy. But that night, I wish I had a great number of neighbors so I could call them to come and see this thing. I went outside to get some air and clear my head because I was working on this project for IBM, which was designing a power relay station for one of their main computer rooms. And it was starting to get to me because I couldn't figure out how the wiring should go through the junctions without burning the building down. I went outside and looked up and saw a dark cigar-like object up in the sky, hanging there like a giant blimp with no lights. At first, that's what I thought it was, a blimp. It was right above my yard and not that high. I said to myself, what the hell is this guy doing just hanging in the sky with no lights? All of a sudden, there was a flash of pink light, and in my yard was this figure that looked like a man made of smoke. I have about an acre in my front yard, so he was pretty far away, but I could make him out. He looked like he was made of gray smoke, and his form was being illuminated by the moon. At that point, I don't know what happened to the object in the sky, since my eyes were transfixed on the man, or whatever it was, slowly walking toward my front door. I then heard the dogs in the neighborhood start howling and barking, and this figure kept walking toward me. I called out, "Can I help you?" This thing was now less than 100 feet away from me, and still getting closer. It looked just like a man made of smoke. It was about 7 feet tall and very slim, and I could see no face or hands, just arms, head, legs, and a body. I quickly went back into the house and closed the door and pulled down the shades. Then the lights went out, and that really freaked me out. I went to the phone to call the police, but the phone was dead. Then all of a sudden there was a pounding on the door and on the walls of my home. The pounding was so loud and strong that things were flying off a shelf I had in the living room. I ran upstairs and got a baseball bat to protect myself. As I was walking back down the stairs, I heard what sounded like voices in the living room. I could not understand what they were saying. It sounded like a chant or a prayer in some strange language. I went downstairs and yelled, swinging the bat as I walked into the living room, knocking lamps and breaking my television in the process. Then all of a sudden the voices stopped and the lights went back on. Still shaking, I grabbed for the phone and thanked God it was working and called the police. The 2 officers came over in about 10 minutes and took a report. I could tell that the officers did not believe me, and they asked me if I was drinking or did drugs. I have never seen a ghost or had anything happen to me that was supernatural or whatever, but this changed my mind and made me realize that we are not the only living beings sharing this planet. Mike's experience and encounter with the smoke-like being would have puzzled the hell out of a UFO investigator looking for aliens and spaceships. However, once we consider that there are multiple dimensions, other parallel realities, we can understand and make more sense out of his encounter.